Hey everyone, thank you for checking out my channel. This is just a quick one today. It's not the sort of review I normally do, but this is one I've been asked to do by my team today, who are big Rick and Morty fans. So I've agreed for my videographer to do this, so I'm going to go and have a look. Now basically, Rick and Morty, it is what it is, guys. So please anyone don't take offence to this. I'm going to be open on the scene. I'm going to watch the scene, and if it's not something I approve of, I'll be vocal of it. But I know they've got a good sense of humour. The show. I know the director of Rick and Morty is actually a known atheist, but he's been putting in a lot of religious elements into Rick and Morty and a few of his other projects as well. So this is going to be quite good to see, quite interesting. Obviously, a lot of you know my background's from psychology, so sometimes if a creator is creating something, you never know what's going on in their own head. So it could be that he's inquisitive, he might be wanting to learn about things about the faith. So obviously to put Christ in one of the last episodes, I think is really, really good. So I'm going to watch it, see what I think of it, and everyone out there, please don't take offence. Sorry about the flashing lights behind you. It isn't a disco, it's Christmas. So downstairs we've got some Christmas lights. So we're going to go and watch the scene. And yeah, like I say, it's a bit of fun, guys. Not the sort of thing I normally do on the channel, but I thought for this, because I've been asked by my videographer, I'll do it. So have a look and see what you think.
Hey, I'm Jesus.
I'm Mary.
That's my mom's name.
Stop.
Dude, she's a hooker.
She's a better disciple than you. Ow! Ow! Oh no. I can't die.
I have a proposition for you.
I work alone.
If I suck your blood, I'll be invincible, I think.
You'll never know.
Billionaire immortal entrepreneur Jesus Christ has placed all his money into what he's calling a second chance at love.
Hang on, Mary!
Data! So beautiful!
Make me normal, witch. Take it all!
Eat your pudding, Mr. Christ. What are you smiling at?
Your name.
Well, so we'll go through a few things then on obviously Rick and Morty. So first off, Jesus doing a flying kick and knocking out the Loch Ness monster isn't quite something I thought I'd see, but hey. So basically, with for example these scenes, what I want you to think of is obviously you've got Dracula. So there's a few things in there where they've actually mixed the story of Dracula in with this story of Jesus. So basically the one where obviously Jesus is laying in the hospital bed. Now if you've seen Bram Stoker's Dracula, obviously Vlad Tepes, he was obviously the whole thing is if you're reborn again, like so if you believe in like reincarnation, this kind of story fits, but it doesn't fit because Christians don't believe in reincarnation. And Vlad Tepes or Vlad the Impaler, who Bram Stoker's Dracula based the novel off of, Dracula wouldn't have actually believed in reincarnation because he's an Eastern Orthodox Christian, so he wouldn't have believed in that Isabella, as he calls her, would come back. So that scene in the hospital bed, where Jesus sees her name and she looks familiar, that's based off the Dracula thing. So I'm going a bit too far into it now because of my background. About the bit with Dracula, obviously, in the Bible, obviously, and you will see here and here two names which are mentioned in the Bible where Christ, demons fled from Christ. He would come in, he'd do exorcisms just by saying "you out," pretty much, and the demons would go. So demons can't stand to be in a room with Christ, let alone have a sword fight with him. So if Dracula can't take, for example, a crucifix, he certainly wouldn't be able to have a sword fight with Christ. But what I want all the viewers to know, especially a lot of hardcore Christians out there and Catholics and even Orthodox Protestants out there, is just remember that this is it's humour, and that's how you meant to take it, So I didn't take it personally, and I'm sure none of the Christians do in the world. But yeah, it's pretty much it is humour, but cleverly done. Obviously about the witch thing, God is everything, so God can't be the witch could not be more powerful than Christ. Christ is outside of time and space, is the most powerful entity, if you will. Anything there is. I mean, science calls him, or calls God, like the universal intelligence, for example. You know, other people call it the cosmos. You know, it's literally like God is the creation in everything. So you couldn't take his powers away. But yeah, I find it an interesting series. Obviously, they've done a spin. Like I said earlier as well, you never know what is going on in the director's personal life, what's going on in the writer's mind. So why is he portraying things of that nature? It could be that he's inquisitive, he's interested. It could just be humour, and he knows a lot of his viewers are Christian, no matter what denomination they are. You know, so it's you know, you never know what's going on in his mind. You've seen this in The Simpsons as well, which I've also been asked to do a review on. And I know, the Friars from Beneath the Habit, Breaking a Habit, are actually have done a review on it. So if they can, I don't mind doing that one. So like this one's a one-off, but and I'm even thinking of maybe looking at the Family Guy ones as well. Because again, you've got to think of what is the writers trying to get at, if that makes sense. So it's not to be taken seriously, not to be taken personally, guys. I'm sure no one is. For those of you out there who are atheists, you find it funny. It is what it is. It's a humour program. It's designed to make people laugh. But if anyone's interested in learning, you know, there's many good teachers out there where you can learn about the faith and learn about the history. Like some people out there, for some of the viewers who are Christian, don't even know that Christ existed. Some people think he's like a mythical character, but he existed. He was registered. His birth was registered. He's you know, like Rome doesn't make mistakes, and by that I don't mean the Roman Catholic Church. I mean the Roman Empire. I mean, they reckon the biggest manhunt in history was to find Christ, because this man who they knew died disappeared, and obviously the Romans were like, this isn't right, so they were trying to find his body. So they dug up all of Judea. So if there's anyone who died, out they came, and they dug up all the cemeteries, and they looked everywhere for Jesus. So you know, Rome doesn't make mistakes, and for the Romans, the Greeks, obviously the Jewish, and everyone else to believe in the time, and a lot of scholars wrote about him, and there's been evidence of him and his existence. So you know, the history is there. But some people don't know it. So some of the viewers who may watch Rick and Morty, they're not going to know the difference between Jesus or the Tooth Fairy. They're not there. Some people just don't know. So this is a good program, or like a channel for people which is purely educational. If you are atheist or agnostic and you come along and you have a look, check out some of my other videos. Like I said, it's more just to help people with faith, help people understand faith, especially people already in the religions, to understand the different denominations out there, because there's a lot of conflict in the world. And that's not other religions, that's just in the same religion, between, you know, Lutherans versus evangelists. Evangelists, you know, disagree with Roman Catholics. Roman Catholics, you know, sometimes aren't always friendly with Mormons. And for example, and these are names I'm throwing out there. There is no conflict between anyone really, but people just go, oh, I'm right because of this. Well, no, you're not right because of that. And there's a lot of infighting. So what I do, obviously, is I try and educate people on their theology, on the Bible, on their faith, and also from other faiths as well, whether it's Islam, it's Judaism, Christianity, history. Like I say, psychology is my background, so I throw everything in and try and deliver a package for people what might be enjoyable to watch. It's not for people to start arguing. I know the comment section can light up and people can say some very unsavory things out there. There's a lot of keyboard warriors out there who half the time don't know what they're talking about themselves, but it's not for that. This is for people just to kind of get along, kind of learn something. In a channel you can enjoy it. So if you like the Rick and Morty stuff and you're an atheist, that's cool. I can do more reviews, but to be fair, most of my stuff is going to be more biblically based, faith based, to help people. You know, it's a very dark time out there. People are suffering. Mental health's huge, so this is kind of teaching people the importance of faith. So yeah, I hope this helped today. I hope you really did enjoy it, guys. Like I said, it's just a one-off really for me, this one, but it'll be a pleasure to do videos for you all again. I'm Brian, thanks for checking out my channel. God bless.